Just double checking on YouTube that it's going up. Alrighty, welcome everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Getting super excited to showcase our first guest here on the Mumfy live Mumfy podcast. I'll come up with some sort of quick name for whatever this is going to turn into. But super excited to bring on our very first guest to the Mumfy channel. That's going to be TraiLax, and more specifically, we're going to be speaking with Jack from TraiLax. So let's bring him on. And there we should have Jack up there. Just making sure we got everything running. I know that the live is actually probably running a little bit behind. There we go. So, Jack, thanks for taking some time out of your late afternoon to join us here on the Mumfy podcast. Tell us a little bit about TrailRax and kind of what got you guys started, a little bit of history behind it, and yeah, just take it away. Uh, okay. Okay, looks like we might be having a little bit of an audio issue here. Let me try and mess around. let's let's see if maybe this helps. Just trying to let's see. We were doing a test earlier, and suddenly now we're not getting any audio. So let's see here if I can fix this. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for kind of sticking with me here. We'll get this thing figured out. Because we did have it. All right, give me a little taste here.
Testing, testing.
Oh, okay. One more time. Okay, yeah, a little bit of an echo. Let's see if we can kind of reduce that a little bit. How's everybody's? How's the audio now? Go ahead, Jack. Let's see. So let's see here. Yeah, we were doing okay before. I don't know what's going on now. This is weird. Go ahead, Jack.
Testing, testing.
Okay. Nope, cut out again. All right, let's. All right, I am showing that you do have some audio, so go ahead and let's try this again.
Okay, testing, testing.
We heard it before you tried fixing the echo. uh, yeah, this is super fun. Trying to. Okay, looks like we got you.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so sorry about that kind of false start, and but once again, this is Jack from TrailRax. You guys kind of missed the history lesson there, but go ahead,
I
Jack,
can
and
go
just
it
kind
over.
of give us a quick recap.
Okay, yeah. So founder and CEO, yeah, Jeep JK, and wanted extra storage. So uh, high school kid wanted to build this, so he found a little small manufacturer, got two arms, bolted it into the side of the JK, and that's how the TraiRax was born. Patented it, created a business out of it, and it's grown ever since. Back from 2017.
Oh, very cool. So just kind of started off with the JK kind of needing some more space and kind of problem solving, coming up with
Right,
a solution for
and
that.
obviously a two-door Jeep only has so much room, and he was super into to rock crawling. So I mean, he had race seats with the harnesses, full roll cage, um, and full long travel. So this thing was pretty nuts. And obviously, he didn't want to put a roof rack on it because this thing's already pretty tall, and run one wrong obstacle, it's tipping.
Yeah.
So he wanted to keep the weight as low as possible. So instead of putting it on the roof, put it on the side of the vehicle.
Well, very cool. Um, and then you guys kind of branched out from there a little bit as far as offerings, kind of other solutions for more vehicles.
Absolutely, yeah. So going from the JK, obviously that was our main product, and then eventually the JL came out, which making another market, continuing that same product, which we found that you didn't have to drill the hard top for that one, so it just clipped into the rain gutters. A lot more people liked that because it was easy to use, and obviously not everyone likes to drill into their vehicle. So the Jeep JL TraiRax was born then, and then we saw the brand new Ford Bronco come out, and luckily enough, we were able to get the files of the vehicle pretty early on. So mocked up roof rack and continued our signature TraiRax product, which was definitely a new hurdle we had to get over, just because obviously this is a completely different vehicle than a Jeep. It's a little harder to work around since completely different body style and different hardtop. So definitely a learning curve there for our product designers. So creating that was not easy. It took some time, but we were trying to beat the curve for the Broncos because the Broncos were so early. We had a roof rack before most people even had their first Bronco. Luckily enough, near us we had a Bronco. Like he was one of the first to get out there. Bronco, if you know him on Instagram, super cool guy. We got into touch with him, and we asked him, "Hey man, can we put a roof rack on your car?" So he was one of our first ambassadors, which was super cool, and we got the roof rack from our manufacturer, uh, got the pretty much the prototypes, and surprisingly enough, it perfect bolt up. There was barely any changes done to the roof rack from the original prototype. So after that was completed, then it blew up because the Bronco was brand new vehicle. Everyone wanted one, and then finding out that our pack racks increased that weight rating um, of that top roof rack just because it mounts to the body instead of strictly just to the hard top. Because only Ford recommends about 100 pounds up there, which
Okay.
no one's putting up a top 10 up there. So it's pretty tough. So that pack racks really increases a lot of more options for people.
Okay. And this is it mostly focused on the hard top Bronco, or is this applicable for like a soft top?
Unfortunately, it's not applicable to the soft top. We did look in um, in the early year, we did look into making one for the soft top. Obviously, we had the pack racks and it mounts down to the body, which is the same case for the soft tops. But unfortunately, because of the pack racks, even though you have these two pack racks coming down, which support down to the body, you have all this roof rack up here with no support up there. So the second you start going off-roading, vehicles moving, that top, there's a ton of flex, ton of leverage. And then the only way we figured out it to work on a soft top was essentially going through the soft top, which then ruins the whole point of a soft top. You'd have
Yeah.
to get these cross beams in and bolt it to more of the body, and we figured no one wants to do that.
Yeah, much more
So it just
a bigger headache than it's really worth.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's already hard enough of like our JK pack reps. We learned like people don't like to modify their vehicle to install a different product. So especially drilling or cutting, people don't like to do that. So we try to avoid a lot of cutting and and drilling, um, because most people don't want to do that. And if they do it wrong, unfortunately, it's just now you have a hole in your car and it
Yeah.
sucks. Now it's leaking. Now you have to figure that out, and it sucks. So we try to avoid all that, and we try to keep all our products bolt on.
Yeah. Now with the I know we're kind of sticking with Broncos right now, and we'll get into the Tacoma options here pretty soon. But with the one feature I kind of wanted to throw out there for any Bronco fans or listeners out there, um, is that does your roof rack allow for them to still be able to remove their hard shell or any panels without interfering with the
Actually,
roof rack?
so with the roof rack installed, obviously our half rack that we option for the customers who don't need the full rack, obviously you can still take off those um, front panels. Obviously, two door, the two up there for the four door, there's three. And with the full rack installed, this includes the two door and the four door. You can remove the freedom panels. You can't remove the very rear clamshell just because we do utilize that as a mounting point. But most people don't really care about that. They just want to remove the ones above their heads.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, very cool. Um, so from there, when did you guys start developing kind of for the Tacoma? I'm just going to go ahead and kind of transfer over to the Tacoma
So
application.
it was right before um, it was just right after the Bronco. We had plans to go to SEMA, and at this time, we were just kind of breaching into the world of going to expos and to shows. So it was pretty early on. So obviously, we had the Jeep, we had the Bronco, and at the time, we did have the Gladiator bed rack and cab rack at the time. So the bed rack was a huge hit for the Gladiators. Unfortunately, it was pretty expensive because we did, I don't want to say over engineered because that's wrong, but there's a lot of features that a lot of people liked. It was just super easy to use, but because there's a lot of features, it was about the same cost as like a smart cab. It was very expensive. So not everyone wanted to spend that much just for an exposed bed still. Even though you can lock everything in and mount stuff to it, it's the same as um, a topper, which you can get those pretty easily, and it seals your bed a lot better. So after the Bronco, the Tacoma came out, and obviously we knew looking at our competitors and looking at the entire market, the Tacoma was huge. Everyone's got a Tacoma. Everyone knows a Tacoma. Everyone knows people with Tacomas. They off-road them, they use them, and they go out camping. So we had to jump into there. We had to see, let's get a Toyota lineup out there because right now we only have Jeep and Ford. So obviously the Tacoma was our top pick. We don't see as much as Tundras or um, there's a ton of forerunners, but I'd say there's more Tacomas. That's just our opinion. So we went for the Tacoma rack, and obviously knowing that the second gen and the third gen very popular, they already had pre-drilled holes for in a roof rack application. So that was a perfect opportunity to tap into those and to get a extremely rigid platform on top of the Tacoma. We saw that on other competitors' roof racks. We integrate this onto the Bronco, and this is integrated into all our roof racks. Is we integrate a 90-degree bend into our side rails, which that does two things.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you put bends in a material, it becomes a lot more rigid and stiff. When you just have a flat, plain material, it especially at that length, it's flimsy, it bends, it moves around, and obviously these are vehicles that are being off-roaded, so there's a lot of movement, chassis movement, and so obviously we knew that was going to bend, so we put a 90-degree bend in it. So you take one of those side rails and you try to bend it, it's not moving. And then obviously it's a lightweight platform, so we do all aluminum except weight-bearing clamps or mounts. So those are stainless steel, obviously still preventing that rust, and also obviously learning from back in World War II of the Japan planes. They were built all out of aluminum, and over time, aluminum deteriorates under stress. So those planes were out of commission after a couple years because over time, aluminum becomes brittle. So learning from that as a support or as a mounting foot, steel is the option because that allows to be bent, and also steel is I know there's a scientific term, but it's springy.
Okay.
Steel springs back. So, for those who are in fab, if you ever bent a metal or a steel tube, you'll know that you'll have to go past. If you wanted to bend a tube 90 degrees, you know you have to go to like 93 or 95 degrees because steel springs back. So, knowing that, it was just kind of a no-brainer to go with stainless steel,
Okay.
and it just keeps that roof rack, allows a little bit of movement, but not too much to where it will stay extremely strong.
Oh yeah, well, that's all good info. I don't come from a manufacturer or engineer background, so it's cool to see kind of the thought process as to why you guys are implementing different metals in different areas. Obviously, we don't want our components to rust as much, so yeah, doing the stainless steel, you're gonna kind of get that benefit, and then on top of the aluminum, obviously aluminum doesn't rust, so kind of gives a nice uh, mesh component to both of those, so that way you're going to have a roof rack that lasts for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah. And especially on top of the Tacoma, going back to that 90-degree bend, it allows just obviously 360 mounting on those side rails. Obviously, every side rail you can mount on the side of them, but because of that 90-degree bend, you can mount on top of it now.
Yeah,
And a lot of people we've seen is that you either mount lights to it or they put ratchet straps through them, which is perfect for that.
yeah. Well, very cool. I know that your roof racks also have some kind of key features apart from the 90-degree bend. You've kind of talked that, especially on the Tacoma, this is kind of something that I've uh, called out in some of the videos and some of the highlights that I've posted on my socials, is that your windscreen is actually the same angle as the windshield.
Yeah, and we learned that from obviously other companies, and obviously being in the world of Jeeps. Jeeps, they're blocks. So gas mileage, going into a Jeep, you have to know I'm not going to get good gas mileage because there's no aerodynamics at all. The windshield's pretty much 90 degrees up and down. So knowing that aerodynamics, and when you know that people, they're putting 35s, 33s on their Tacomas, they're putting all this weight on their Tacomas, they know they're not going to get good gas mileage, but if we can just help that just a little bit, just to help to get that one more mpg of having that windscreen be the same angle, it has helped out a lot, especially on miles per gallon, which it doesn't apply to everyone. Obviously, that's that's a gauge that we can say all our roof racks give better gas mileage, but that's not true for everyone. Just because it's just kind of hard. There's too many factors. Someone could be at this elevation, that elevation. So we have seen people report back that they do get better gas mileage, and we have other people say that they have the same. So I like to think that we do. Some roof racks get that, which some cases maybe not. But the biggest thing, the biggest reason why we keep it the same angle as the windshield is strictly because of wind noise. We know driving, most of these people that have their Tacomas, they build them out and they're still their daily drivers. So you still want it to be a comfortable daily driver. So obviously you don't want this going down the highway at 70 miles an hour, having this wind noise like you're on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It sucks. So keeping that wind noise down and helping that wind, especially if you have like a rooftop tent that's just tucked behind the roof rack or just slightly above that windscreen definitely helps as well, getting that wind up and over that tent. That's most of the cases that we see the MPGs go up when they have an obstruction behind the cab or on top. Definitely helps shoot that wind over. So that's the great thing about it. Another feature of our roof racks, obviously 90-degree bend, um, windscreen matching the same angle. And then also a huge thing is that our roof racks offer 360-degree mounting. So you can, on my Tacoma, I have one of our single tool mounts, and that's mounted on the side rail. So it's right above my driver door. So if I ever get stuck, or if I'm ever in a muddy area and one of my buddies is already outside of the vehicle and I don't want to get out, I just unhook it from my door and then I throw him the shovel and he gets me out. So that's also really nice. I have traction boards up there, and then I have my tent that's hanging over a little bit. Obviously, that helps with the wind noise as well, with the windscreen being at the same angle. So it's all great features with the roof rack. Obviously, on the market with the Tacoma, we're another option. Comparing it to others, obviously we offer more, and in other eyes we offer less. So it kind of just depends on the customer, what they're looking for, what they're trying to accomplish with their Tacoma. Not every Tacoma owner needs a roof rack,
Yeah.
but those who look, we do think that our Tacoma roof rack is ahead of the game a little bit.
Yeah, and it's also really nice because you know, kind of similar to other roof racks out there, you offer lots of mounting options for all your accessories, um, and it's a great way to just kind of utilize what you may already have, or you know, get, just making sure that whatever mounting solutions that you want are obviously able to mount to a roof rack. So
Absolutely, yeah. We use which most other um, roof rack companies that do similar products. We strictly pretty much use quarter 20, 80/20 series extrusions. So nice thing about that is because of other competitors are using the same cross members, um, you can even use other competitors' accessories on our roof racks. So if there's a specific accessory that maybe we don't make or that you like better, it can mount to that as well. So it makes it super easy. And I'll mention this now. Um, we are integrating new cross members to all our roof racks. You're probably familiar with some other companies as well. We have started including um, cutouts in the slots so
okay,
that because of our 90-degree bend, that's the biggest complaint about our roof rack is that because of that 90-degree bend, it's very hard to remove the cross members or to put bolts and T-nuts in there. Just because you can't lift it straight up. So that is the one downside of the 90-degree bend, but now we have solved that um, with the cutouts in the uh, extrusions. And the nice thing is we're only doing it on one side of the cross member. So if you're mounting something on that edge where those cutouts are, obviously those bolts don't have anything holding it. all you got to do is just flip the cross member upside down, and it's that solid, no cutouts, which is something that we wanted to keep. That if someone still really wanted that spot to mount to, obviously you just flip the cross member over, no cutouts. We haven't yet gotten the extrusions for the Tacomas yet. We've got them for a couple of our other products. We're still working on getting those integrated into the Tacomas, but that's definitely one issue that most people have with our roof rack. So happily that we are solving that issue with the new cross members.
Well, that's good to hear. On one side, you have some added security of not being able to just pop something off, but at the same time, it kind of causes an issue of removability or But yeah, glad to hear that you guys are solving it. So that's good. I did have a question come in from Wildcard Overland. Um, this, without violating any agreements, why on RedArc's website the TrailRax mounting bracket for the Red Vision screen is 235, but on TrailRax sells it on their own website for 45.
I we have noticed that. We do know of that situation. Um, I'm not I'm not the one in contact with them, so I don't know the full story. Um, Honestly, I couldn't tell you a solid answer. Um, I don't know why they have it at that. We don't charge them that for that. Obviously, we have our cost for them. So it's not 200. We don't charge them $200 for that product. So I'm not sure why they charge it that much, but
Yeah, it kind of sounds
that's
like
just
one
something.
hell of a markup.
Yeah, sounds like it. So, yeah, maybe I'll look into it a little bit and
Yeah.
see.
Well, I mean, if you're paying for Red Arc equipment, you might as well pay premium cost
Yeah,
for stuff.
yeah. You're already probably dropping a couple grand. So what the heck is another 200?
Yeah. Uh, well, I just want to ask the chat: is there any other questions for Jack that you have concerning the roof rack? We are going to be wrapping up shortly in about 9 minutes. So get your questions in now. Just kind of want to, you know, be mindful of your time, Jack, and I appreciate you coming on for sure.
Absolutely, I'm happy to do it.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in our kind of side by side. We'll take a look at your website and check out what we have going on over here. So this is definitely pretty cool. If you guys hear any growling or my background is moving, I've got two dogs that are just wrestling around in the background. So bear with me. But yeah, as we kind of roll through the website here, obviously you've got the Jeep. There's kind of your pride and joy of the Bronco that you have front and center. A couple of those. You guys, and then we've got a second gen Tacoma. I'm just kind of highlighting your gallery here. But as we kind of come down, we can obviously see the Bronco and the Jeep with the yeah. Yeah, it definitely is a showstopper for sure. That wide body, that is a wide body, correct on there? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty impressive to see in person. So if you guys ever go to any of the Overland shows or anything like that that TrailRax is at, be sure to stop by and check out that Bronco for sure. Perfect. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and click on the Tacoma stuff, and you can kind of see. Let's see. You guys have two options here. You have the wind deflector and then the full rack system, which is actually pretty nice. Okay, let's see. Guess the all right, coming back to the side by side here. Let's see. Wildcard says it's an amazing mount. Wildcard, what vehicle are you actually running? I'm not familiar with what you got. And then Brett Holmes is asking any plans for the Rotopax metal filler.
The Rotopax metal filler, like the nozzle, I'm guessing. Um, I do know there's a company out here in Utah. I think it's AI 13. They make a metal nozzle for the Rotopax, which a lot of people get confused that Rotopax and TrailRax are the same company. We are not. We just sell their products and they sell ours. We are very close to them. They're great people over there. So um, we have been running their stuff for a very long time, and we know a lot of people over there, and they're super sweet, but completely different companies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people get that mixed up, which I understand.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Um, but yeah, looks like you have some really cool options. Obviously, it's a little bit limited for the Tacoma over there, um,
Yep.
but obviously we don't necessarily have a fully enclosed system, kind of like a Forerunner.
Right. Yeah.
So it makes it a
We,
little tricky to do the pack racks on the side or anything like that. So
right. Right.
but
And,
I do like the fact that you guys are implementing that access cutout for your cross members. So that's actually going to be a big upgrade for sure.
yeah, we are still slowly growing our catalog, so bear with us. Still a newer company here. We're making it happen.
Yeah. Well, watching you guys' socials, your Instagram, um, has been pretty cool to watch. Like all the packages, everything that you guys are shipping out. So it's nice to see you guys are staying busy over there, and
Oh
obviously
yeah.
having a very good product for three obvious, very awesome platforms.
Like yeah. Yeah, we're as we go, keep your eyes peeled. The next major product, which I have gotten approval to say a little bit, if for those who are looking into the new Ineos Grenadier, we will have something coming out for that.
Oh, very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those rolling around, and yeah, it's definitely quite an impressive vehicle.
It is. I've sat in a couple, and they those things are nuts. If you look at the undercarriage of those those things are so overbuilt. It's actually incredible how much quality is going into it. I mean, the axles are massive. The links are huge. Like it's insane. And Brembo brakes from factory, which is crazy to me. They're super nice. They're really nice.
Yeah, well, looking forward to what you guys have planned for that platform, and Yeah, it definitely is an expensive vehicle for sure.
Oh yeah. And after looking at it, I understand why. Yeah.
Well, Jack, thanks for taking this time out to join me on the Mumfy Live and for answering just some questions. I'm going to let you go. So
All
I
right.
appreciate your time, and hopefully everybody out there got some good information on what TrailRax is offering. Even if you're not a Tacoma driver, shame on you. But uh, we like to see kind of uh, what our local companies are doing. So thanks for taking the time to do this.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do it, and I appreciate your time, and I had a good time. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Jack. All righty. Well, I just got to say a huge thank you to Jack for taking the time out and enjoying our company here, making sure that we all have kind of a good time. Now, I'll spend a little bit of time with you guys. We can check out some stuff. Happy to answer any questions you guys may have. Um, I'll bring back the website up so you guys can see that. So you guys can get a better idea of what TrailRax is offering, at least for the Tacomas, if you have one. If you're in the market for um, a roof rack or looking to upgrade, for those of you that don't know, I actually switched from a Prinsu rack over to the TrailRax Tremor rack, or their modular roof rack. They've changed the name on me, but I have one with the 40-inch cutout, as you can kind of see here. Uh, Definitely makes way for a nice 40-inch light bar, and it's got a really great profile. You can kind of see the wind deflector angle, which matches the windshield. Um, I will say the interesting thing with the TrailRax mounting is that you're going to get uh, two spots. It doesn't actually utilize the third uh, factory holes, or at least the middle set of the factory holes on the Tacoma. So you are, um, it's one less step for sure. Um, so let's see, Kilo Alpha, what's up, Mumph? Doing well. How about yourself, Kilo? Wild card, see you at the expo. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that I can make it out to the Colorado one. Wild card, are you running a TrailRax roof rack on yours? Yes, I am. Oh, nice. I have the Victory rack, but very identical to the TrailRax one. Okay. I have seen the Victory. Victory's got a nice roof rack for sure. Um, I've seen like the cheaper Amazon Hook off road roof rack as well. Let's see. Without the third mounting point, is the weight capacity less? It actually is not. But let's. I think. Yeah, I haven't had an issue with it. Um, you can see my Tacoma here. Um, Actually mounts the. You have enough weight distribution across the rack that you don't necessarily you're not losing um, any of the issue or any of the weight reduction that some of the others have. And remember, the mounts are stainless steel, so you don't necessarily have to worry too much about your mounts kind of going out. Brett Holmes, what days and where on Expo? Um, Yeah, that probably might have been where the audio cut out for Jack. Um, he said that they're going to be closer to the front, so TrailRax will be there. Kilo Alpha, not bad. I'm late to your live though. Hey, no worries. Glad that you made it here. You can always watch it on replay, and always good to have you here. Overland Gear Guy. Good evening. Hello, Rob. Thanks for jumping on here. We just got done talking with Jack from TrailRax, and he kind of alluded to some Grenadier options that is upcoming. So, um, yeah, for those of you that don't know, Overland Gear Guy does actually have a Grenadier, and if you want to check it out, jump over to his Instagram and check out what he has over there. Apart from all of the awesome overland gear bags and totes and things like that. So, for those of you that don't know, I got my new Devos light, my geyser systems, and my Blackstone grill covers and bags from Overland Gear Guy. So be sure to check that out. Dates on the expo. Well, let's jump on there and see. At the Overland Expo, I believe. Let's see. Well, here's your dates right here. So August 25th, 23rd through the 25th. Are you making? Hi. Are you making an appearance on the live? Oh my goodness. Hi. Thank you. So yeah, August 23rd through the 25th, over in Loveland, Colorado. So hopefully that answers the question there. Get rid of that. So let's see. Overland Gear Guy. I'm loving the TrailRax roof rack on the Grenadier. It's sweet. Oh yeah. That's definitely a built up rig you got there. So yeah. Are you going to be at the Overland Expo there, Rob? I'm sure you'll definitely be there showing off all your awesome accessories and gear bags for sure. So as you can see, the nice thing is that you don't necessarily have to buy, like if you're okay. So if you're gonna buy a TrailRax roof rack, the nice thing is that it will fit both the second gen and third gen Tacomas. So you don't necessarily have to worry about, selecting one or not. But yeah, an awesome roof rack for sure. All right. As we keep going, I'm just going to throw in some extra Mumfy stuff for those of you that want to check out what's been going on with Mumfy. Jump over to mumfy.us. You can learn a little bit about me. You can check out the mod area, which is probably the biggest area, the one that most people land on. It is this kit where you can actually go through and check out all of the mods that I have on my Tacoma. I may not have all of them on here, but definitely if you're looking for lots of options, um, most of this is what I currently have and what I have run on my Tacoma. So uh, the Heretic fog lights, the Diodynamics fog lights, the hitch mount skid plates, catalytic converter shields, my long range America fuel tank. Probably one if you're looking for a power tailgate lock. I've got both the short bed and the long bed available on here. The Sherpa Roam mounts. If you're not if you want a cheaper option to the rugged mounts from Roam, uh, I got to give a huge shout out to SD Off Road MT over on Instagram. This guy builds awesome trays for if you're running a Switch Pro, and I think that he's actually building some for other auxiliary mounts as well. Or if you're not going to run a Switch Pro, I think he's got another mount set up for that. So be sure to check him out. Tell him that I sent you his way. Suspension, other stuff that I've just kind of put on the Tacoma. All of that's can be found here. Plus, I also have some camping accessories, some other tools down towards the bottom. If you guys are interested, some are affiliate links. Others will take you directly to the website where you can purchase these for yourself. Where I actually won't get a kickback. But if you do choose to go through one of the affiliate links on there, I greatly appreciate it. It helps kind of support the channel. So on top of liking and making sure you're subscribed to the Mumfy channel, I greatly appreciate all of your support. Going back through some of the chat, let's see. Overland Gear Guy, I will be there full booth this time. Awesome. Wildcard says he'll keep an eye out for you. The Oru Design USA booth. What's that all about? Wildcard. How do you like your front grille? I've wanted to get one like that. It says Wildcard. Okay, so the front custom front grille. There's two variations that you can get. There is the classic third gen TRD Pro style. Well, hello again. And then there's also kind of the updated style that looks a little bit more like the new Tundra front grille. Both of those can be found through Taco Cloud, or there's Dab Custom Grills. And I got to say, I do like the custom grill. The one I have on now does have built-in grill lights, so you do get the 3 ambers. And the main design you can have light up either in a solid color or on my grill that I currently have, it's actually RGB, so you can get it RGB where you can swap out the colors for sure. So both are actually pretty nice, and they've held up really well. Oh yes, that guy is awesome. I have one of his mounts on my SP in mine. I run an Oru truck camper on my rig now, So it'll be on display at the expo. My truck's been a guinea pig for their R&D. Oh, very cool. That's uh, that's very cool that you get to kind of test that out. So I'll definitely have to check out Oru overlaying. I got that sleeping bag in your link. It's a very nice one. Yeah, I will say. I'll scroll down to this sleeping bed or this self-inflating sleeping mat. Um, for those of you that have and are running a uh, rooftop tent, as you kind of know, over time that mattress just doesn't hold up as well, um, especially for long nights. And if you're only getting a 2-inch mattress, for some of us it's not ideal. So this 4.5 self-inflating it has been spectacular for me. Um, it's super nice. You pair it with this portable air pump, and it is phenomenal. Find out just the right thickness that you want, and it's a lifesaver. And then the nice thing is obviously you just open up the holes. I end up folding mine up so that I get as much air out, and then it's down to about probably, I'd say, maybe half, yeah, probably about an inch. Packs down to about an inch, and then I can throw all my sleeping stuff, keep all that up in the rooftop tent. That grill is sweet. I'm gonna try and get one soon now. How long have I been running it? Okay, so when I first got it, I ran it for a little over a year. Held up, no problems at all. I had more issues with the grill lights that I put in until I found the RGB ones from Taco Clout. So right here, the Taco Cloud LED Raptor lights. These have held up remarkably well, and once again, it's RGB, so you can change the color whenever you kind of feel like it. So those have held up better than, I will say, these two grill lights. So just bear that in mind. But the new one that I'm running, which is the V2, yeah, the V2 grill, it's held up really, really well. I think in the end, I think the RGB lights are kind of its weak point, because you have an extra controller that you have to plug into for that, and it's not the best, because it's going to be out in I mean, even though it's in your engine bay, the controller's still susceptible to weather and water. And I've noticed that some of the LEDs, depending on which color it is, aren't as strong. So right now I've actually got it running a green. I find the green, the blue, the red are all pretty strong, but um, yeah, some of the in between colors aren't as bright. So Overland Gear Guy, have to run, catch it Mountain West, if not before. Well, thanks for jumping on here. Really appreciate all the support. So take care, Rob. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I got to say thank you to every one of you that's been in the chat. And hopefully this first guest was informative with TrailRax. So thank you all for joining. I can't thank you guys enough. It's amazing what the community has kind of come together for. And I mean, so I feel like a loss for words a lot of the time. So I really appreciate you guys coming on here and you know, taking some time out of your busy day, and hopefully it's been a good one. So looks like a couple of things come in. Brett Holmes, have a good one. Thank you very much, Brett. Um, Kilo Alpha, I've tried a few sets of Yoda LEDs. Don't recommend. Yeah, the grill lights are definitely kind of hit and miss for sure. But I guess everybody says, well, they're $30 or however much they are. Just buy a new set. But I don't know. I've tried that and then found out that the connectors are different. Wildcard. Yeah, I'd love to see more of you. I found you a couple of years ago from the Switch Pros install video. Well, I definitely appreciate you sticking with me this long. I have been a little lackluster on the videos, but I do have a couple coming up. I had a week long trip that I'm still editing the video, and then on that trip I learned I had a couple of issues that kind of arose, and I'll be bringing those to your attention. So stay tuned for upcoming videos for that. But thank you again. I'm going to end it here. I will catch you in the next video. Have a good one.